Yetta, when is the best time to do tax and estate planning?
Right now. Right in this very moment. Well, not quite. But certainly,
we have a radio show to do right now.
Right. So not quite right now. However, now.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
So we're excited that for over 30 years, we've been able to come alongside you, helping families like over 3,117 times buy and sell real estate. But really, the joy has been coming alongside you to build your faith, build your fund, build your finances, and even strengthen and heal inside the relationships. I tripped, but that's okay if I trip, because that's really what life is like, right? Even in the financial conversation that we're going to move into in a minute, it's common for us to trip up.
Yes.
And have to reset. So what we're going to look at in this segment, we're going to explore is a financial guide that is for fee better for you than one that is free upfront, or is a free one better than one that you're paying an upfront fee?
Right. And so we've been asked that multiple times, actually.
Like all the time.
You know, Ken, Yetta, do you have a financial planner that charges a fee but doesn't get paid commission?
Well, that's
because they're kind of worried that they might be guided in maybe the wrong direction based on compensation as opposed to best situation for them.
I'm gonna unpack that a minute, because that's an area that I had a lot of trepidation and fear and I think it's one that we really want to unpack a little bit. Compensation is from the perspective of the financial planner, because even if we weren't paying them anything, were they getting more money if they placed my money here versus them placing my money there? And it's sometimes what clients will even say to me in the real estate industry.
Yes, absolutely.
I mean, it just drives me bonkers, but that's because that's not the way we do our business. And they'll say, well, you want to sell me a more expensive house because you'll make more money, or this one has higher commission for you, so that's why you're not pushing this house. It's like, no, I generally don't even know what's what until we've decided on the property, because I want to keep my mind focused on you and in your best interest. So just because somebody's getting a commission doesn't mean they're focused on the money.
Yeah. And I think that's the difference between a great financial planner or a great real estate agent and one that's not so great.
Right.
Is they have in mind how much money they're making as opposed to how much money or how well protected you are.
Right. And
they exist. Great financial planners exist.
They do. And at the end of the day, when they take care of you, they get paid anyway.
The money takes care of itself.
The money does take care of itself.
Especially in referrals and growth of business.
And repeat business and and introductions, which is similar to referrals. But like when you do an introduction like this person, you got to talk to them. Like we just met a new client who, they weren't interviewing. They weren't going to talk. Well, we do that a lot. But this was a recent one where they never even saw the house. But that we got the phone call saying, you need to help us. And I said, oh, what did our other clients say about us? This, and this. And they said that we can't work with anybody else. And that's an introduction. And they didn't buy a big home, the first folks, but that's not the point.
No.
Right? And that's the same thing with a financial planner. It's so easy to bring it into real estate because I live it. Can you tell I'm a little passionate about this one?
Yeah. So there's some other types of financial planners, if we want to call them under the umbrella of that. But there's wealth
financial
managers.
Guidance, right?
Wealth managers, yeah. And some financial planners will do tax planning and they will do estate planning. But many of them, that's not their expertise. Their expertise is to grow some financial wealth with you through investing in mutuals or buy insurance or whatever. But a wealth manager, typically, that term is reserved for people that have more investment money. Maybe it's $100,000, maybe it's $1 million. It's a more wealthy, affluent person that works with a wealth manager. And likewise, there's private banking. I don't know if you knew there was private banking. Private banking just means that you're a higher level banker. You've got more cash sitting in the bank. You make larger transactions. Maybe you're a business owner. And you can pick up the phone and you have a designated person that will move money for you. They recognize your voice it's a different style of banking. And you get preferential rates too. Like if you're borrowing, if you're switching from Canadian to US, you're going to get a preferential US conversion rate, right? As a private banker. And access to different kind of lending.
Right.
Yeah. So those are kind of the two levels. And again, private banking, maybe 100, 250 that you need to have in the bank. Some of them, it's millions before you get into their private banking section. So depending on where you are in your financial world, there's different options for different folks, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Right. And if you're thinking, well, you need to get in touch with somebody because you're in that position, but you didn't even really know it existed. I mean, a lot of this stuff was around when we could have had access to it, but we didn't know what we didn't know.
Yeah. So right now we have a wealth manager, and he's done a complete analysis of all of the resources we have and assets we own. Also done an analysis of where we could save more taxes by moving some things around, where we could make money buying insurance, where we could save money on fees by not having it in a certain area. And the analysis over like the next 20 years makes actually $1 million or $2 million difference by making some adjustments now. And they wanted to see our wills to make sure we had the most efficient tax structure and the most efficient estate structure, so the government doesn't get more than they deserve.
Right. Well, they'll still get lots. So it's just a matter of getting the right guide for you. So if you're thinking, I don't know what that is, well, just you can email us. Like, we'll get you an introduction if you need an introduction. Again, we're going to put the disclaimer out there. We can't do it enough. We are not financial planners, and yet we have written the Wealth Formula book. So if you're thinking you want some basic knowledge and introduction, or you have people in your life that need access to that, you can get a hold of the Wealth Formula book. What's the website?
Best thing is just email us or call us, and we'll ship it to you. Or you can come and pick it up at the office.
Come have a visit with us. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. So you can email us at together@deckerteam.com.
Right.
Now, the other thing is, how do guides get paid? Like, this is something that's good to understand. They could get a percentage of your portfolio.
Or
whether it makes money or not, they might just say, my management fee is $1,000.
That's a flat fee.
Or that's a flat fee, sorry. Or the 1% is what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
1% of your asset portfolio that I manage.
Right.
And then what happens should happen is if there's commission based, that commission goes back into your portfolio because they've always really been paid.
Right. Or there could be a flat fee, which is where when you said the 1,000, I was thinking that's flat fee.
Yep. You could pay hourly, you know. And I think it's important, it could be on commission, it could be a retainer, but it's also important to work with a combination, like your financial planner, whether it's a wealth manager or private banking, they should work in relationship with your lawyer, your accountant, and your real estate agent, because real estate is a good part of any wealth portfolio, is to have some real estate in it.
Absolutely. I mean, that's where a lot of initial wealth is built, right? Is through real estate. So we're excited that we get to do this thing with you.
Yeah, that's why we're honored to journey with you on building wealth in real estate and your life exponential.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward.